My name is Nistha. I graduated from PA in 2019. I wrote my thesis on the global sex trafficking trade. So I looked at various areas around the world, Thailand, Nepal, and used case studies to examine how the sex trafficking trade operates.
My name is Alexa. I graduated from PA in 2013, and I did my senior thesis on Alzheimer's and elder abuse.
At PA, my senior year, I was president of the Amnesty International chapter, so I always had an interest in human rights. And my junior year, I took Honors International and read Half the Sky, and that book was really impactful for me. And then my family is from Nepal, and so their sex trafficking is really a prominent issue. And I remember my parents telling me to stay close because they didn't want anything to happen to me. But after reading Half the Sky and A Path Appears by Nicholas Kristof, I found out that sex trafficking and human trafficking isn't really far from home.
I chose this topic because towards the beginning of starting high school, my grandfather was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. In order to understand it better and to cope with that loss of my grandfather that was happening threefold, I was losing him to the disease, losing him in proximity, and saying goodbye to him physically eventually as well. I decided to write my senior thesis on elder abuse, and specifically as it occurs with those who suffer from Alzheimer's disease.
I'd say there's probably three key takeaways I got from thesis. The first is understanding my own research and writing process. When you go to college, the professors don't really handhold you. They don't tell you like when an outline or rough draft is due. They just tell you on this day the paper is due. I think thesis taught me the process on how to write a paper, how to do an outline, and how to manage my time. And so that is one thing that really helped me in college as I was writing papers. Secondly, I think meeting deadlines is a really important life skill that I learned through the course. In thesis, you have 4 installments, and you are expected to manage your time in order to meet those deadlines. And then third, I think intellectual curiosity is a huge thing that I got from the program. I've always been interested in a lot of different things. Right now, I'm majoring in economics and human rights, and I think this class was an opportunity for me to pick a topic that I was interested in and just delve really deep into it and become an expert.
I think it's well known that once you get to college, you really have to be a self-starter, and specifically if you want to pursue things in the extracurricular domain, if you want to maybe pursue something academically through applying for a research grant or something of that nature. PA through thesis class and many other classes taught me to not be afraid to develop my ideas and come up with my own projects. I ended up at NYU applying for a research grant and earning $1,000 to research children's books. So that's what I did with 2 years of my undergraduate career.
I mean, I think first of all, academics at PA is great. The teachers really care about your development, really invest in you. But beyond that, I think the community is what makes PA special. What I found in thesis was that I think 22 of us were going through the process together, and we would have these sessions in Guillermo's or Starbucks where we're editing each other's papers, and so you really feel a bond with your classmates who are going through the same process as you.
PA's emphasis on writing skills, I think, is so crucial, and that's what many high schools seem to lack, and many of my peers going into college didn't necessarily have as much preparation to write the intensive research papers that we had to write for our humanities courses. So I feel like that was a huge asset as a PA graduate.
I think I was surprised in my own abilities, like in my own skill set. Like, I think when you go in and you're writing a 50 to 70 page thesis, it's really daunting, but as you go through it, you start to learn more about yourself. So I think when I came out of thesis, I was really confident in myself as a student and in my writing abilities.
I graduated from NYU with a degree in art history and French, and my goal was to work in art and architectural conservation. When I graduated from NYU, I decided to move to France for a year to teach English. And when I came back from that year abroad, I moved to Washington, D.C., where I interned at the Library of Congress in preservation science. I also worked in monument restoration in D.C. I helped restore the U.S. Capitol building and the Thomas Jefferson Memorial. Had so many great experiences in art and architectural conservation, but eventually decided that I wanted to pursue medicine. So in the last year, I have completed my medical school prerequisites, and I'm currently applying to medical school.
So right now, like I said, I'm a junior at Barnard College of Columbia University in New York City. I'm majoring in economics and human rights. I'm right now pursuing a career in finance. So this past summer I worked at a hedge fund in the city, and next summer I'll be working at Morgan Stanley in investment banking. What the future holds for me, I'm not sure. I still really care about making an impact, and I want to do something really impactful in the future, whether that's by starting my own company or doing something in impact investing. But yeah, right now I think I'm taking it step by step with every opportunity that I get.
I mean, to bring it into having attended PA, I think the reason that I have had courage to pursue things that are off the beaten path or take a path that's my own is because PA had so many outlets to explore interests of all kind, and there was really just a culture of pursuing whatever your passion was, and there was always someone to help you no matter what that is.
I mean, I think the fact that I'm back here after graduating for 3 years means that this community was really impactful for me.